to Geeks Corner. I'm Mr. Daps.
He was just there and now he's here. I'm Katie.
What?
And tonight
you
we're
were in the
joined
screen.
I was in the screen.
by the one and only, sent from Disneyland himself, Clocky. I almost feel like you've been here enough now that you could introduce yourself, but
Yeah.
you're still
Well,
a guest.
it's supposed to be 3-time Dapsy Award winning.
Oh, I'm
Clocky.
sorry. I forgot that part.
I forgot
Yeah, right.
the intro.
Well, good evening to friends around the country and around the globe. Thank you for watching. It is going to be a very full night tonight with surprises also, because we have a surprise for my two friends that they don't even know about.
I'm his friend.
Isn't that amazing?
I'm Mr. Notes.
Yes, it's going to be great.
Texting about this.
All right, so we're going to get right into the show. First off, Oogie Boogie Bash was this last week. Oh, do you want to tell people to do things, Katie? Is that what that look was for?
No, just I was going with the bit, but sure, go to wherever chat you are in and say lovely things because we are happy to see you. We hope you are happy to see us. If you have a bingo card at home,
Not yet. Soon.
not yet, but soon. If you have a bingo card for Geeks Corner, follow along. If you don't know what we're talking about,
Join the Patreon.
go to Patreon.
Yeah, we will have all the details tonight or
Not
something.
us.
Yes. Anyway, it's going to be fun, and we won't know anything about it, but you will. So that'll be great.
It's better that way.
All right, moving right into the week. There is a ton of content this week, so I almost guarantee we're going to go over.
Well,
Now that you know this ahead of time, especially since the surprise, like the surprise is going to definitely make us go over. All right, so first off, Oogie Boogie Bash was this last week. In fact, it was a week ago tonight that we were there. Katie, what was your number one thing from Oogie Boogie Bash?
Madam Mim.
Madam Mim, great.
Yeah. She was a lot of fun.
She was amazing.
My favorite thing was when she told the children to enjoy their candy because she can't eat the candy because she only has one tooth.
That was very funny. I liked her. I liked Judge Doom as well. Yeah. And I was surprised that this year I wasn't as taken with Ernesto de la Cruz. Like it was still fun, but
I think it's because his meet and greet area is a little bit more like it's not as intimate of an experience, I guess. It's more of like a show now, and there's spots to stand. And I think some of it was when the area was so small, because now Madam Mim is where he was. They actually just swap places. But I agree though.
From what you've seen, what jumps out at you?
It's got to be Judge Doom. Oh, jump scare.
He has a neon sign now.
He has a neon sign.
Yeah.
I was impressed.
Upgrading.
I was surprised to see the cast member preview stuff on TikTok the next morning,
Which they did last year too. Like it was fast that they had things up.
and my one complaint was seen. I think through one of your videos was, and spoiler alert if you haven't seen it already, but when he's putting the shoe in the dip, and there was actual smoke coming out of it, whereas at the cast member preview you couldn't see that at all.
And sometimes they don't do everything for the preview, so it could be.
So it could have been a last
changed
minute.
a
So
little
I was impressed that was added, and I mean, who knows? Now I kind of wonder what next year will bring.
Right.
I mean, what villain?
What villain would you want?
Can I ask a question?
Yeah.
I want to gain perspective.
Okay.
Remember how there was this thing going around and it was
the mind-blowing
it
thing.
was unconfirmed, but show directors or whoever they were in the creative field said there's going to be something mind-blowing planned for Oogie Boogie Bash this year. What is it?
I think it's Judge Doom.
Yeah.
I don't think anyone's expecting. I mean,
but
is that mind-blowing?
Mind-blowing.
Like to me, mind-blowing would be like
Ernesto de la Cruz last year.
Well, I was thinking like full-on Dragon Maleficent.
Yeah.
Like that would blow my mind. Or like something
Judge Doom. That would blow my mind.
Part of me thinks that whatever is going to come next is going to be another
King Thanos.
Well,
that's kind of what I was expecting.
That's the level, like something that would completely shock you.
If the attraction's ready by then,
it won't be. But
but Sleeping Beauty had not opened yet in theaters when Sleeping Beauty Castle opened at Disneyland.
It could be a lead up to the attraction.
We didn't get the villain from Wish.
There you go.
But I would say it's going to be another face character.
I think you're.
I think they're really focusing on that.
So Doc Terminus should come back.
Doc Ock.
I don't think they have
My friends call me Liv. My enemies call me Doc Ock. That's one of the best movie moments of all time. Anywho, also like I'm thinking even going back to Pride Night, Queen of Hearts face character kind of blew my mind.
Yeah,
that was
actually,
so
surprised she's not
unexpected.
there.
that one does
Yeah.
surprise. That would have been a good one.
Because that was so good at Pride
Yeah.
Night. Like she was amazing.
Yeah,
So,
I agree.
Yeah, I don't know.
Or
I
all
just,
3 Sanderson sisters. I'd be okay with that too.
Yeah?
Yeah, but they couldn't be the new thing because they've already existed. I think the idea
On
of
the-
something
on the
that
East
hasn't
Coast,
existed,
yeah.
like we
Mhm.
have not seen, even if we go back in the history of Disney, right? If you said, "Oh, we're going to bring the Dick Tracy villains out," you'd be like, "Well, those existed
They've
at one
been
point."
done.
Yeah.
Yes, that's well,
But-
and that's the problem with Doc Terminus is we saw him at Villains Tonight
Yeah,
or in Villains Tonight. But all right,
Villains Tonight.
because we are short on time,
Alfred
we're
Molina.
moving it right along. So Tiana's Palace also opened this last
Yes.
week. I have now eaten there 3 times. I have eaten everything but the kids' meal. I've liked
Get
it all.
on it.
I feel like I don't need to because I had the chicken.
That's kidding.
And anyway, Clocky, we
So-
ate there on Sunday.
so we
What'd
ate
you
there on
think?
Sunday. I had the gumbo. It was good. It was spicy enough that I would have liked a second
Mhm.
drink with it. I was impressed by that. I was less impressed by the beignet.
Yeah.
I feel like you have to eat it first, don't
It's
you?
more like a beignet.
I don't even think it's. I think the thing about a beignet that I like, I don't need it filled.
Yeah.
I agree with that
I need
too.
a hot
Yeah, I just
with powdered sugar beignet.
yep, I agree. Traditional.
And I would say, if you wanted to make them unique to the location, you just do the shapes
Or sauce.
or
Like
or
honestly,
dipping
I would have
sauce.
put
Dipping
I would have
sauce.
put
Yes.
the filling as a dipping sauce.
Yeah.
Because I kind of agree with you on that. Because I almost in my head don't count it as a traditional beignet because they're filling it up. And
right.
I wouldn't, yeah.
because it's not the light fluffy thing anymore because
It's very dense.
It's more of a donut.
because it has to hold a filling.
What do you think of the food?
I really liked it. I think the portions are very generous. I had the chicken, and the cornbread was fantastic. I'm kind of picky about cornbread. It's very like honestly, this is gonna sound stupid. Highlight of the meal for me was the cornbread. I just think especially
It was good cornbread.
well, and especially when you have like gumbo that's spicy or like you have all these flavors going on, a good cornbread is a complement to the meal. The not great part of the meal for me was the mac and cheese. It's very dry. Made me sad. And I got a small portion. I mean, which is fine because I didn't like it. But when I was excited about the mac and cheese, I was like, what the? But the chicken, large portion.
There you go. All right, moving right along.
You didn't give your thoughts.
I've
Go read the
I've
article
written
on
them twice.
DubsMagic.com.
I liked it.
How does the vegan gumbo compare to the already existing vegan gumbo?
I haven't had the already existing vegan gumbo, but I do like the new vegan gumbo. I wish it was a little bit spicier, but you can get hot sauce to put on it. And I liked the variety of textures though in the vegan gumbo. Like it's not just mushy, it's got different layers, and I liked that it had the different vegetables in it. And that was nice because they kind of had like the earthiness of the vegetables and then a little bit of sweetness of the sweet potatoes. So
Ooh,
I kind of like I enjoyed the vegan gumbo, and
that sounds good.
like I would get it again. And I've also had, well, I've smelled it with the it was basically the same because it worked. I smelled it with the chicken and the andouille sausage on it,
Oh,
and that the smell worked in my brain, so I know it'll taste fine.
Perfect.
All right, Adventureland Treehouse is opening this fall.
Cool.
What's the over under?
Ooh,
You thought I was just gonna ask what you thought?
I went neat.
Because everybody's like, "Oh yay, finally!"
I need a calendar. in
I'm gonna
front
say
of me.
October 15th.
I need a calendar in front
Fall
of me.
goes until December 20th.
Yeah,
So it's looking good, but I'm gonna say, man, so much right before Thanksgiving, week before Thanksgiving.
so November
November
22nd.
22nd.
And Katie?
I'm saying November 6th.
Okay, there we go. We'll see how this plays out. And I mean, it could be honestly December 20th because isn't it the 21st? It becomes
Yeah.
technically winter. So who knows? All right. We also learned a lot about World of Frozen from Hong Kong Disneyland this week and weekend. Just your thoughts without going too deep into things. What do you think of World of Frozen? And when do you think it's coming to California?
Yoo-hoo! Big summer blowout. Those are my thoughts.
Okay.
I think with everything that they've talked about expanding, adding World of Frozen to California is going to take a lot of time and effort.
I don't know that we get the whole thing.
I don't think we get the whole thing.
I can imagine us getting part of the thing.
Part of the thing.
And the next question is, where do you put it? Do you put it in stage 19?
No.
Do you put it in the old loading area of the motorboats? Because that's a lot of work.
To me, it's all about Fantasyland. Like, it could go there, or it could go over at get rid of the Fantasyland Theater, which I know is sacrilegious, but I think it could go any of those areas where it remotely connects with the fantasy or the boats,
Right.
the Storybook Land boats, with the Matterhorn, and with Fantasyland in general.
Yeah.
Because it's part of the feel of it. I don't know.
If they think it can eat enough people, that would equal out the Fantasyland Theater is doing right now, with really a boosted show from California Adventure. I mean, there's nothing spectacular about it. It's great. It's fun.
It's a fun show.
But it was just
it's not as, it doesn't fill the space as much as something like Animazement, Mickey and the Magical Map did.
Right.
Bring back Mickey and the Magical Map.
Helix. There we go. Let's do that. I do love the theming though that we're seeing in Hong Kong, and I'm gonna say it's gonna be hard to beat that World of Frozen, but then I also know that Tokyo's getting its own version next year, and I think that's gonna be interesting as well. Like, I think they'll both be great. All right, we were making great time, guys. Kind of.
Yep.
Now it's time for what I forgot last week, and that is IndyCam. Everybody wants an IndyCam, right?
Everybody.
Here's this week's IndyCam. I just like at the end where he's like, I'm going to walk away now. I'm done. But yes, he is getting bigger, and we don't actually know how big he's going to get. Like, that's the challenge of it all. So
it's a fun game because his mom's like 30, 40 pounds, and his dad's not done growing.
Both of them are smaller than Nana currently, but we will see.
Shadow's 80 pounds, I think.
He still looks smaller. All right, moving right along, because we need to keep moving. This weekend was Destination D23, and we had a plethora of news. First off, being that the D23 Expo is no more because it's getting upgraded to become the D23 Ultimate Disney Fan Event. What do we think about this?
When you say quickly, that stresses me out.
Yes.
I like that it's coming back. I think the new name's really long, but I will get used to it. And I don't love that they're moving the big panels into the Honda Center, because
I think it's the evening panels, which is good, because that's usually like the Richard Sherman concert and things like that.
Everything that would have been in Hall D23.
I'm not sure that's entirely accurate.
Oh, from what I read.
So what I was reading through, it sounds like the things that were going to be in Hall D23 at night.
Yeah.
But the stuff during the day that looked like might still be at the expo.
That's still far.
And it's double parking fees.
Well, and it's
unless there's a bus or something.
It's already very hard to drive down Harbor at all. Around D23 Expo, I can't imagine how difficult it's going to be with a time crunch of trying to get to something. And say you're like, okay, let me just grab a lift.
Everybody else can do that too.
Grabbing a lift and an Uber at the same time. So it's like, are you going to get picked up?
So put the trolley in before next year.
Put the Skyway. Remember how they wanted
and
to
the monorail, all of them.
Remember how
you
they
need
wanted
them all.
to do the Skyway from Knott's to Disneyland? Yeah, just do that.
But there was supposed to be a trolley that went right down there to Disneyland.
Ding, ding,
But
ding,
we'll see. What do you think, Clocky?
I agree with the name. I know they probably don't want to call it DisneyCon, right?
That would make sense though.
It's what people are going to call it anyway.
Mm-hmm.
So either come up with something like that, or something shorter that's like, oh, it's DisneyCon, or it's you know, it's DisneyCon.
I'm curious what people are going to actually like. Is it still going to be D23 Expo? Like, what's the hashtag?
Right.
That's really what the answer is going to be.
Ultimate Fan Event.
I think they're going to want D23 in it though.
D23 Ultimate Fan Event.
D23.
Oh, that's
UEF.
Mm-hmm.
UFE.
Oh, I guess that could be it.
I was gonna say the other thing, and this is anecdotal. I don't know if this is true. I feel like people just stopped calling it D23. Like, I feel like people finally started calling it D23 Expo or Expo.
And so maybe it'll go back to D23. It'll just be D23.
And because I remember there was this really big push where they were like, hey, make sure you say Expo because D23 is the organization. And I feel like people started saying Expo, and now we've changed the name. Anyway.
It'll be interesting to see.
Ultimate Fan Event. It also looks like a wrestling convention, Taryn.
Yeah.
Okay, that's true.
Or a license plate.
Oh, I gotta get that license plate.
I was gonna say, wait!
Get it fast!
I've got one of those digital ones that can change fast.
All right. At Destination D23. See, even that's kind of hard to say.
It is.
Because it used to be just Destination D.
It did, yeah.
UFE. UFE.
UFE.
Country Bear Jamboree. New show, new songs, new acts, all of that fun stuff.
Yeah.
So we're not going to ask what you think about it because it is what it is.
Okay. I'm glad we're keeping the Bears.
Yes. My question is, what tune or tunes would you like to see added to the show if you were the executive producer of the new Country Bear musical jamboree?
Little Wonders from Meet the Robinsons, the saddest song to ever exist.
Okay.
What I want on, because I made a list. I knew this question was going to come up. So I made a list. We know Bare Necessities is there because that's on the promo.
That was on the promo.
Okay. So my long shot that I'd like to see there.
Okay.
Oodalali.
Ooh, that's good.
The two that I would
would work really well too.
It would work really well.
Yeah.
The two I would like to see as parody songs. Everybody Wants to Be a Bear, like everyone wants to be a cat.
Love it. I love that.
Or Under the Trees, like Under the Sea. Those are the two songs that I know you're out there, Bailey. I know you're writing this down. Put those as my locks.
You're
as that is the one that's going to come to fruition.
Okay. Did you have others or?
Oh yeah. Well, no, you
go ahead. No.
Okay. So this is my list of what I think is going to be there. You've Got a Friend in Me, Colors of the Wind, Try Everything, Almost There, Surface Pressure, You'll Be in My Heart, Life is a Highway, and Hakuna Matata.
Ooh, I want one of the Bears to say ka-chow.
That's a good list.
I thought about songs that would sound good in country.
Yeah.
Songs that are marketable for Disney.
So you know what they're basically doing? It's what Billy Hill and the Hillbillies did
for
for decades.
Or if you're not watching or listening to Pickin' On's been doing it for years as well. Just playing country songs version of popular music.
Why not? I think that's a great idea.
Yes, Ivy. I also said all of Taylor Swift's discography, and then I got told no.
I said to rein it back into Disney.
I literally
for the purposes of us.
Could you imagine the Bears doing Reputation?
I wonder what that payday would look like. Like, how much would you have to pay for that?
Bear Reputation.
Well, no, it would be good for her because then she'd be attaching herself to a older brand.
True. Legacy brand. All right. Figment returned to Epcot on Sunday. He is not a small little dragon anymore. He's grown over the last 40 years. He's now over 6 feet tall. What do you think about Figment returning to the Imagination Pavilion?
I'm a little
in this new form.
I'm a little frightened by him, and I think that there was someone on the intranet posted that if you made him, I'm not body shaming Figment, but if you made him a little fatter, he would have like a little bit more of like a jolly appearance, and if his head was a little bit bigger, he would be a little bit more proportionate.
Okay.
And I'm not saying that he's too skinny. I'm just saying that maybe if he was a little rounder of a dragon, I would be less afraid of him. But right now, I'm afraid of him.
Clocky.
I think I would. I'm glad he's a character. I'm glad he's out meeting people.
Mhm.
You have enough space in Epcot. Wouldn't that have been a fun turtle talk with Crush? But
Oh, that's fun.
moments with Figment.
Imagination's a blast.
That
Right.
is fun. I like that idea.
You know, give him a little bit more. You'd have to build his character, but having been to Shanghai and seen the turtle talk with Stitch that they do,
It's weird that Stitch is a turtle.
Isn't that
No,
in,
it's not true,
isn't
but
that
I mean,
I know.
yeah, but
Paris too at Walt Disney
it's
Studios?
Paris. It was weird.
I think so.
It was in Mandarin, so I don't know what he was saying, but it was a lot of fun.
Oh, that's even better.
Oh, so much better.
That makes it.
My favorite thing that I knew he was doing is he would say aloha to everyone, and when they would say aloha back, he would mimic the way they were saying aloha. So it'd be like aloha, aloha. That was
Nice.
adorable.
I
No
love that.
idea what else
I
he said.
love that.
It was great. It was
That's
great.
amazing. I would like to see him come back with Dreamfinder and sit on his arm. Like that to me would be the win of all wins. But I'm glad we're getting more Figment, period. So I'm very thankful for this. And I absolutely need to meet him and get a picture with him and maybe even have like a Figment bow tie. I will
want the
wear
Figment
that
ears.
in
I want the ears.
I will wear that in Florida for Figment because he's one of my favorites. As you see over my shoulder, this side, whatever.
Figment is my
Um,
boy.
We got an opening date and a name for the new nighttime show at Epcot. It's called Luminous. What do you think of this?
I'm really bummed that the us isn't capitalized.
Mm.
Lumen
Well,
us.
well, they kept it all
it was
capitals this
I know
time. to me.
Harmonious also didn't. Harmonious also ended up dropping the capital us, which I didn't know for a very long time. But I'm excited about more Epcot things. I'm excited that we are going to be in that realm. And I'm going to have a chance to see it because I'm still crying about the fact that I never saw Epcot Forever. If you only have bad things to say about Epcot Forever, I don't want to hear it. I wish I had seen it with my own two eyes. So yes, I'm excited. Anything Epcot, I'm excited for.
It's an announcement of another show. I mean, it's great and it'll be fun
If it's good.
if it's good.
Yeah.
Even if it's not good, it'll just go down the list of
It
a
is-
bunch of other shows.
And it
they've
is going to
done.
be hard because you have Illuminations that lasted decades. And I feel like that one is the bar that they have to somewhat sidestep because you're never going to go over the top of it because even if you did objectively, like you just can't because
Everyone loved it so much.
it's got a special place, whatever. All right, we also learned the opening date for Journey of Water, which I believe is October 16th.
Sure is.
Inspired by Moana. Have you guys gotten to see anything about this?
Yeah.
What do you think? You get to
This
play
is
with
not
water.
the water you're looking for. I think it looks fun. I think it also looks very refreshing on a hot day. And I think the biggest thing for us is that it looks very pretty to take pictures of.
True. I think that's gonna be fun too.
I think it's wild that it's a walkthrough when you think about what was going to be Pirates of the Caribbean and that we're going back to, oh, hey, let's not worry about that. People just walk through that. So I kind of wonder how that line's going to work or how long that space is going to be till
I
they
bet
go
a really long time. Mainly because from what I've heard of people that have been on it, it's very true to classic Epcot of the edutainment factor. And my hunch is if we were to get into the business portion of it too, you're at least stuck with it for 10, 15, 20 years just to pay the thing off.
Right.
And then I wouldn't be surprised if they updated anyway,
And
because that's how long these things last anyway.
And again, it goes back to Epcot. They've got the space to waste for that.
Yeah.
So if people
And
are
if it's
enjoying
pretty,
it, and if
I'm
it's
okay
pretty,
with
oh
it.
yeah.
Because honestly, after the walls for the last few years,
Well, yeah, anything.
like I'm just happy to have green.
I would also say, and if the features continue to work.
Yeah, that to me is make or break. All right. World Celebration, the neighborhood, will be completed by the end of the year.
Thank goodness.
I think that's all we need to say about that. I think it's exciting. It'll be nice to be able to walk through Epcot
Still
instead of around it.
Don't really know what that means because weren't a lot of those projects.
Who are the people in your neighborhood?
Okay, sure.
In your neighborhood.
In your neighbor.
Thank you. Yes. This one I am excited about. Test Track is getting reimagined, inspired by World of Motion. You want to go first, Katie?
I love Test Track. Test Track makes me happy. I also like the Test Track 2.0. I know it's an unpopular opinion, but I do not care. I love it. I love Test Track 1.0. I love 2.0. I'm very positive I'm gonna love 3.0. I have seen that one piece of concept art.
I think it's going to be my favorite.
Pretty.
I think the new version, like I'm agreeing with you. I think
know,
this
sorry.
is going to be.
I was just not ready for.
Sorry, I was just jumping in.
I was scared.
Surprised that they're staying with the original sponsor.
You didn't think they were sticking with Chevrolet?
Yeah, not that Chevrolet's a bad.
Technically not the original sponsor.
Because it was
Well,
GM,
oh,
right?
GM.
It
Okay.
was GM.
Surprised they're staying with a car that they're not going. They're not going forward with. I'm not saying that they should go forward with a straight electric vehicle.
Yeah. No. What brand should?
I loved
sponsor
my
the
Volt
attraction?
though.
What brand should sponsor the attraction, Clocky?
I'm not saying.
Are you saying Honda or
No.
or-
No. I know what he's gonna say.
No, I'm not.
Say
Oh
it.
no, I'm not saying. I don't want that one either. An electricity company.
No.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
Here's
General
my thought.
Electric.
Here's my thought. Oh, that's great. You probably stick with the sponsor that doesn't want to go anywhere.
Oh, true.
Especially, like it's not an easy time in the neighborhood. So I would stick with
There
that.
you go, Bailey.
I'm very excited
No,
about
Rivian.
the World of Motion inspiration. I think it's going to be a lot of fun, and I hope it's sooner rather than later.
Take away Chevrolet as the sponsor. Just say you hate me.
Okay.
I'm not even driving a Chevy anymore. But you can still just say you hate me.
Soaring over California is coming back to Epcot as part of the Disney 100 for a limited run. You say boo. What do you say?
I wish it was here.
Oh.
Yeah,
That should be me.
Yeah, once I saw it, I thought, oh great, I can get to go ride Soarin', and I was like, oh,
We have to wait till January. Is it
Epcot.
January? No,
It's
February.
usually April.
yeah,
April.
yeah,
Or March,
okay, whenever
April.
it is. I was
Yeah.
like, I don't remember what it
Food
is.
and wine.
Food and line, because that's all they're.
All right, Dino Land USA to be reimagined tentatively with it is going to be reimagined with Tropical America's inspiration. Tentatively, they're considering Encanto and Indiana Jones. Yay or nay?
Yay to a retheme. Yes, she's camp. Yes, she's giving DCA 1.0, and it'll give me the same feelings of being replaced. I think Indiana Jones is great for this. I don't think Encanto is great for this.
I'll be curious what they do with Encanto,
I am too.
and I'll be curious if Indiana Jones is a cookie cutter or if they try to do another adventure.
Isn't the one in Japan more in that area? I think it is.
Yeah, I mean, the hard part about it is a cookie cutter track, but I think if you thought about it long enough, and they're also not building them at the same time,
I don't think.
right? So it's not like it's building both Galaxy's Edges, which is like, okay,
Yeah, you could make your own story.
buy two of those, buy two of those, buy
Yeah.
two of those. But that, and then the Encanto, I'd be curious what they do. If it's a interactive meet and greet area to meet all the characters from Encanto, that would be huge.
I want an attraction too, though. Like, I think you need to
like going through Casita.
Could be. I don't know what the attraction be.
Why would any of that be in Animal Kingdom?
I don't know.
Well, that,
Like that's
Yeah.
a
Well-
big question mark.
well, no,
Epcot.
it would be if it's the
to
youngest
me,
boy.
it's a Magic Kingdom thing.
Or Magic Kingdom.
Like to me, that is the
Or-
Magic Kingdom where you do it out beyond the berm, whatever.
Yeah.
Who
my-
knows? We
that's
will
just
find
my
out.
opinion.
All right. Also at Animal Kingdom, we're getting the Zootopia show in the Tree of Life. Yay, nay, doesn't matter.
I don't care for it's tough to be a bug. So
I'm just curious what in Zootopia they're gonna make the seats do the thing.
don't just take that feature out. Just
What do you think,
Take it
Lockie?
out.
I think that's gonna be rodents going under you. I thought about this a lot today.
Just today.
Just today.
'Cause I
If-
got this note from Mr. Dax
Because
saying, "Hey, this is what we're
talking about. All
tonight.
of this stuff. If they can actually make the room that now it's going to be called the Tree of Life Theater. If they can make the Tree of Life Theater feel like different
biomes."
biomes,
Yeah.
then yes. If they can make it freeze and make it heat and make it humid and make
Okay.
it dry, I'm interested. Geeks Corner Plus.
It is Geeks Corner Plus
I get a
time.
notification
Welcome,
at 9
everybody.
PM every night, so I
Uh,
always know when it's 9.
moving over to Magic Kingdom, a new Pirates of the Caribbean themed lounge is heading there.
Yeah.
What do we think?
Cool. I love what's it called? Skipper Canteen. So
I'm hoping it's something more like that and not just a retheme of Tortuga Tavern.
I think it's going to be a retheme of Tortuga Tavern.
mhm.
I think it's going to feel a lot like Rosita at our Tropical Hideaway, and
Oh, yeah, I can see where you're going.
I think that
Oh, so you're saying it's the new home of the Dole Whip.
might be
I mean, honestly, that might be the direction to go with there because it's closed part of the time anyway.
right. So pirated Dole Whip.
Yeah.
Oh, we've stolen this. Oh, this is we have. I could be.
It's treasure.
And
It's gold.
then the other side of it is I go. We have room over.
You
in-
could
in
have a treasure
Disneyland to have some of
chest
that.
Dole Whip.
Right. Oh,
Bowl.
look,
Yeah.
raspberries came in this week.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. And finally, for this segment, Hatbox Ghost is materializing at Magic Kingdom's Haunted Mansion in November. What do we think of this?
After Halloween, cowards. No, that was a joke. No. Again, I have said my piece about the Hatbox Ghost. I don't have a large opinion about where his placement is. I'm just excited that Magic Kingdom is getting him.
Good for them for getting it. Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
I think timing wise, you don't want to if it wasn't going to be able to be ready by Halloween, or
Mhm.
I would say this: they missed an opportunity this year to drop it on
Yeah.
Friday the 13th
Mhm.
in October.
Oh yeah.
You
If it just
are-
showed up.
Or maybe with the movie coming out,
On Disney, yeah, could be.
like do it then too. Like either, and honestly, the real way to do it is you have the movie come out on Friday the
actually-
13th and that.
So here's my question: do you think this delay is because it is going to be a different Hatbox Ghost? Are we going to hear Jared Leto speaking through the Hatbox
So-
Ghost?
It's funny you say that.
It's not
Because
funny
to me- No, not for you, but when they said the location of it, my first thought was like, oh, it's just like the trailer for Haunted Mansion.
Mm,
And I've had to wonder if the reason it's going where it is not because of the storyline that's traditionally been held for the Haunted Mansion, but because of the storyline that's in the movie. And I've wondered if it's maybe a connection somehow with that.
well, and I would say this: I heard some people complain about people being sacred about it being before Leota. I also like the idea after the movie of like Hatbox Ghost does what he wants.
Like I'm kind of okay with either.
Yeah.
All right, we have the surprise time, guys.
Uh-oh.
It is going to be fun, and we're going to play a game called Twinkies. All right,
The heck is this?
that is exactly right. They have no clue what is happening.
No.
But I saw in the news today that the JM Smucker is buying Hostess, who
Okay.
happens to be the maker of Twinkies.
Okay.
Okay.
So, with that in mind,
I'm too tired for this already.
get your phones out.
Oh, I have one of those.
Yep. And I want you to open whatever notepad or note-taking thing that you have.
Okay.
And we're gonna do a test
Oh.
about Twinkies.
Okay.
What we call the Great Twinkie Challenge. You can play along at home. In fact, you can even answer in the chat if you want to help them. So, first question. Are you ready?
Mhm.
So put 1.
I did. Yeah.
How long are Twinkies good for? Is it A, 25 days,
Okay.
B, 45 days,
Okay.
C, 5 years, D, 50 years?
Okay.
Both got an answer?
Sure.
All right, moving right along.
Okay.
How many ingredients are in Twinkies?
Okay.
Is it A, 62, B, 39, C, 27, or D, 84?
Okay.
All right. Next one
Karen,
is not.
we don't know either.
Next question.
hmm
This is you just have to guess. What flavor were Twinkies originally?
Mm.
And the second, that's the bonus for this. Why did they update it?
Hmm.
You ready?
Sure.
Sure.
Okay. Next question.
Oh.
How long are Twinkies baked for?
Okay.
6 minutes, 12 minutes, 18 minutes, 24 minutes.
Why did you stop saying A, B, C?
I know.
I got tired of it.
Okay,
Okay.
well, I got tired of this game.
Sorry. Next question. How long does it take for Twinkies to explode in a microwave, according to Hostess? 15 seconds, 30 seconds, 45 seconds, or 60 seconds?
Pizza dude's got 30 seconds. 7 comes after 6.
You know we don't get Twinkies after this, Bailey.
How do you know?
You know we don't. Because I know how
Hang on.
things
I've got
work
the address here.
around
We can DoorDash.
True.
Who's gonna pay for it? Why is that information on the website? Who
Next
knows?
question. What is the record for how many Twinkies were eaten in a minute?
That
This
makes
is
me ill.
Mhm.
Okay.
Oh.
Oh, is this a guessing?
This is the,
just a guess.
Oh,
Oh,
okay.
Mhm.
I'm trying to think of what's a reasonable amount for someone to ingest. That doesn't seem reasonable, but I wrote it anyway.
Okay.
Price is Right rules. I'm going with 1.
There's a good idea.
How many? What's the hot dog record?
What is the name of the Twinkies mascot?
Oh,
I don't know. I don't like those games.
I'm sorry.
I don't like games I'm not good at.
If I knew there was a test, I would have studied.
Yeah, I freaking hate this.
How many pounds
My questions
did
are-
nutrition professor Mark Hobb lose when he tested out the Twinkie diet for 10 weeks? Is it he gained 7 pounds, he lost 7 pounds, he lost 17 pounds, or he lost 27 pounds?
Also, moving right along. If they make that into the Country Bear Jamboree, I'd also be
that'd
excited.
be
Oh, I love that.
great.
Actually, anything Muppets. All right. Second to last question. How much is J.M. Smucker buying Twinkies owner Hostess for? Is it 3.6 billion, 4.6 billion, 5.6 billion, or 6.6 billion dollars?
So you're telling me that we could have bought?
Mhm.
Yeah, once GEEKS Corner goes public.
We're a publicly traded company.
And finally,
I'm scared.
this is not multiple choice. You just have to figure it out. Where did the name Twinkies come from?
Oh no.
It's an old Shakespearean reference.
Maybe.
Henry VI, Part 2.
All right. Going back to the beginning. What'd you both get for the first one?
C.
C.
It was actually 45 days. B.
Oh,
B.
okay.
Okay.
Surprised me.
Sure.
How many ingredients are in Twinkies?
B 39.
D.
It was B. Katie's ahead by 1 point.
Oh, man.
All right. What flavor were Twinkies originally?
Put strawberry.
Strawberry.
They wanted them to be, but there was a shortage of strawberries. So, because they wanted it to be strawberry shortcake, so they went with banana cream.
Oh, that's
And then
right.
bonus. Anybody get the bonus?
I put bad.
What? Toss of strawberries.
Almost right, because they were running out of banana during World War II, so they had to make them vanilla.
So close.
Yeah.
I literally put
Okay, so Katie's still ahead by 1.
I put strawberry and then like a dash and it says bad. Like I couldn't think
The
fast
strawberries
enough.
went bad. All right, how long are Twinkies baked for?
12 minutes.
12 minutes.
Okay, you both got that right, so you're still ahead by 1, Katie.
Hey.
How long does it take for Twinkies to explode in a microwave?
45 seconds.
Oh, wait, are we on 5?
6.
Nope, 5.
5. 45 seconds.
All right, you're still equal. And that
Oh.
was correct.
I got confused because my next
Record
one,
for how many Twinkies were eaten in a minute?
49.
75.
Both of you went over. It's 24.
Oh.
No.
And they're pretty
Um,
dry. That
What
makes
is the
sense.
name of the Twinkies mascot?
I said Tom.
I said partner.
Those are both good. It's actually Twinkies the Kid.
Oh.
I didn't know this.
Yeah,
but,
like Billy the Kid. That makes sense.
okay, good. How many pounds did Mark lose or gain?
I said he lost 7.
I said he lost 17.
It was actually 27.
That's terrifying.
That is
he
terrifying. All right.
okay?
Twinkie diet. Let's go.
How much are they buying Hostess for?
5.6 billion.
5.6 billion.
Okay, you both got that right. Katie's still ahead one. And where did the name Twinkies come from?
I put a dog.
Family dog.
No, it came from a shoe.
A
It
shoe.
was the
Oh,
Twinkle Toe shoes on a billboard in St. Louis that inventor James Dewar saw.
I can't believe we both put dog.
that, because I thought about Mars being the family horse.
That's
Yeah.
a
Oh,
that's not a
right?
bad idea.
I was like, oh, it's got to be a family animal of some sort.
That was you're actually probably right, Taryn. All right. Moving right along. Last section from D23 Destination D23, whatever it is. I started thinking D23 Expo.
We don't know.
All right, Avengers Campus Ride vehicle was revealed, and we learned that there's going to be physical sets and immersive media. What do we think about this Avengers Campus Ride now that we know it's for sure happening and we know a little bit more about it?
The only thing I can compare it to, I don't know if I know for a fact you haven't done it. I don't know if you've done it. Is Transformers in Universal Studios Hollywood.
I'm hoping it's a mix between Runaway Railway and Rise the Resistance meets Avengers and a little bit more.
Yeah, I hope so as well.
The thing about it is just space. I just don't know how much space we're
That's
gonna have.
kind of what I'm concerned about.
At the same time, if we're jumping through and going into different, let's say, we start obviously where we are. We go to Planet X, and we stop by where the Guardians of the Galaxy are. Then we go to another planet, which is where Miss Marvel or Captain Marvel is. Great. Then we keep. Then you're only going through small sets,
3 or 4 rooms. Yeah.
almost like a more immersive Toy Story Midway Mania, where you're actually
Yeah.
going into and then flying.
I would
out.
like to see a trackless ride system.
I agree.
Yeah.
I will say that there is a personal ache in my soul when I see that the concept art has the Guardians jump point, because I've been very clear about this. I do not want Guardians of the Galaxy Cosmic Rewind, but that made me think of Guardians of the Galaxy Cosmic Rewind, and I was like, man, I want to go on that attraction. Again, don't bring that attraction to California. Keep it in Florida.
I do like things different.
I agree.
All right, Disney Cruise Line. We now know the Singapore-based ship is going to be named the Disney Adventure. Thoughts, comments?
I feel like they're running out of nouns. I'm getting concerned.
I can think of more, but yeah.
Like more like Disney word nouns.
Yeah, I think there's
Okay.
more.
Yeah,
Okay.
there's still
You just start
detached.
working your way through different Disney songs.
But like we already have a dream is a wish. Oh, we could have the heart.
Yep, the Disney star.
Star. Yeah.
Yeah, it's just like it's yeah. I like it. I think it's fun. I still haven't done a Disney cruise, so I can't comment on
Song.
any of that.
I don't know. Okay. We now know that Disney Lookout Key at Lighthouse Point is going to be the official name for the second island destination in the Bahamas, and we got another piece of concept art for that. It looks awesome. What do you think?
Forgot about Lighthouse Point, to be completely honest.
I think it's again just naming stuff for naming stuff's sake.
Yeah.
Like, all right.
It's something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, it's kind of like, and this is gonna be niche, and I'm so sorry to everybody, but when Taylor Swift was promoting Midnights, okay, don't laugh.
Ooh, actually, Midnight's a good name for a ship.
Midnight's is a good name for a ship. Yeah, it's like Cinderella.
Mhm.
Right.
Cinderella's on the yeah. Okay. Anyway, when Taylor Swift was promoting Midnights, she did this marketing campaign where she would just like put the lyrics places, and
I love that.
sure, but to me, lyrics without context means nothing. So I was like, okay, cool. Like I
So
don't.
you're saying it's like the old Pixar trailers.
Yes, but less exciting
Okay. All right.
because there's like not even a semblance of context. Not even like a like when you just take a lyric out of context, you're like, I don't know what this means.
Okay.
I kind of feel like that when we're naming things, but that's okay.
Totally fine. Finally, we're almost there. Star Tours Adventures, new adventures are coming in the spring. Yes.
I want Chopper to announce who the rebel spy is.
Okay.
I want I want Chopper to announce the rebel spy so bad. And then I want him to be angry. Like I want him to be so mad.
Okay.
I want him to be like, everybody gotta protect him. But you don't understand what Chopper's saying because he's Chopper.
I-
That's all I want.
I thought you were going to say you want him on the Star Speeder.
I want him to be the captain.
You can't understand what Chopper's saying. He says a lot of curse words.
He does.
That's
No,
all
he
he
does.
says.
He's a
Yeah.
war criminal.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
Mhm.
with all the people he murdered. I think any update to that attraction now is fine. Now that it's not the original,
Yeah.
Mhm.
I think it's
anything they can do. I think the timing's weird.
It should have been now.
Mhm.
They should have had that
I
ready.
fully expected when we went there for the Ahsoka premiere. I was like, oh, they're gonna give us a preview, and
I thought so
which,
too.
which would have blown your mind.
We all
I mean,
thought.
like you thought it, but had it not happened, you're not like depressed about
No,
it.
'cause I
But
know-
had it happened, you'd
I
be
knew
like,
the timing was a
wow.
year off, but there was a thing when they're like, oh, we're going on Star Tours. I was like, are we going on Star Tour? And then I was like, oh, you don't suppose they actually have this thing ready, do
Like-
you?
And
Like,
then
right?
all of us were kind of like looking around, like, "Oh, what
something
do you
gonna
think's
happen?
Gonna
oh, they didn't
happen?"
give us 3D glasses. Maybe
Oh.
something is happening. No, they just forgot.
Yeah, that was.
It's
and
fine.
The guy went, "You guys don't have 3 glasses?" And I went, "No."
No, we like it blurry.
All right, finally, I believe her name is Asha from Disney
Yeah.
Wish. She's
Mhm.
coming to Epcot, Disneyland Resort, and Disneyland
From
Paris.
Disney's Wish, right? Not Disney Wish. 'Cause Disney Wish
Yes,
is the
Disney's
cruise
Wish.
ship.
I'm sure she'll be on the Wish too, but you know, like everywhere.
Disney
Um,
Wish is the cruise.
what do you
No,
think-
he's the monster.
What do you think? And where do you actually? Let's just go. Where do you think is the
Not actually
Disneyland
that.
Resort she's going to be?
I think shouldn't be Small World Mall.
I do too.
Yeah, because they're gonna. It was funny because I
Although
watched.
she could go on Fantasy Fair too.
Yeah, but
But
you-
that's too. You can't walk by and see. that
True.
you
character.
can't walk by and see her, and you can't build anything around her. When I walked by and saw the Little Mermaid stuff, I said, "Oh, I forgot they were doing this."
Mhm.
Well, and I hope they don't replace. Like, I'd like to see her further over.
Yeah, more closer to Small
one-
World.
The one reason I could see them doing something different, like maybe even putting her under the monorail or something, is doesn't that queue usually fill up for Small World Holiday a little bit more? Like, doesn't that become extended queue pretty often?
Down by where the parade steps off.
No. Well,
Ooh,
they
actually, that's a
also
good point, though,
sometimes
the
fill
parade.
up back and forth for the mall area.
Actually,
So
no,
I'll be curious.
You make a good point about parade, though.
Yeah.
I bet she's nowhere near the parade route. I wonder if we get something like where Anna and Elsa were when they first started.
Back by Village
in
House.
Fantasyland. I bet that's too busy too. Maybe it's California Adventure.
Or California Adventure and where Anna and Elsa are now. Are they getting the attention that they were getting
Yeah. I went the other day and it was an hour and a half wait.
for Anna and Elsa?
Mhm.
It doesn't
Uh,
help that it's an air conditioned queue.
right.
Yeah.
So it's not
And
yet.
they're ridiculously popular. Like every time the Frozen segment came on in the animation building, there was a dozen little girls singing Let It Go to the top
Mhm.
there. Like they all just started belting it out. And like the rest of the time they're just not paying attention. And suddenly out of nowhere, all these little girls are running around singing Let It Go, which
Well, I
was
mean,
very cute.
it's-
But my niece would have been one of them.
I was gonna say, my generation was like, or my age group was like Little Mermaid, Aladdin,
Mhm.
like, but Little Mermaid was like the thing. And so it's like I'm thinking about that, and it's kind of like, we kind of see these in waves, and I think that if Encanto was in the Animation Academy, we would also.
But
see
don't
that
you also
reaction.
think Let It Go is a song that has that special mix of whatever that
It's part
kind
of
of
your world?
gets a little bit.
It is. It is.
Well,
I mean,
I don't remember little
Or Under the
kids
Sky-
singing. Like I remember us loving it, and I remember like I almost see Lion King. I almost heard more people singing when I was a kid, but
Mhm.
well, also Lion King had 2 songs that were on the Billboard Top
Yeah.
100.
and that
Mhm.
helped.
That was a different song.
Yeah,
Those were popular songs that were.
but I feel like
in
Let
Disney
It
movies.
Go
'Cause it
kind of
was-
went a completely new level
Right.
of Disney song that we hadn't really seen before.
I'm trying to think of anything. I'm trying to like go through all the princesses in my head and think.
I mean, I'm Tangled.
Well, I'm wondering if it's something like When You Wish Upon a Star is a better example for different generation completely. Because I'm just wondering if in our lifetime there hasn't been a song that's been quite the same level of impact as Let It Go.
Yeah, but the thing
And
about
I wouldn't even say it's
Under
my
the
favorite
Sea.
song. Yeah, but do you see kids running around singing it?
Yeah.
Okay.
well, the thing about when you bring up When You Wish Upon a Star, that's one, and that in that time
yeah,
you
that's
had
kinda
people
where I'm-
covering it,
Mhm.
right?
Mhm.
So, someone might sing it in one of their sets, a jazzier version or whatever, but they would have sung it, or you would have had a popular
So maybe like
female
Can You
artist
Feel
sing
the
it.
Love Tonight or something.
Is closer.
Yeah.
If that hadn't been Elton John's originally, and people started covering it because they're like, oh no, this song hits.
I was gonna say the 90s also went through a very strange period of just popular artists writing music for Disney.
Yes.
Well, not even
I'm
Disney.
thinking
All
Tarzan.
movies.
I'm thinking
I'm trying to think of any
Lion
song
King.
that had that level of impact as Let It Go. Like I think there's songs that
I think Encanto had songs that did, but Let It Go is still the one that people want to
eclipses them
sing
all.
because of where it lands in the character. The other ones are fun. I mean, same thing with, I would say, Under the Sea and We Don't Talk About Bruno. Those are closer matches of like,
Yeah, I
people
think so
sing
too.
those songs because they want to have fun and it's a good time singing them.
Mhm.
Let It Go is that's my favorite song from this movie because it was the movie.
I will say what I think Let It Go does. I don't know why this turned into a dissertation, but I think
Hi,
'Cause I
welcome to
saw a
Geek
bunch-
Corner Plus and
I
talking
saw
about
a bunch
music.
of kids belting it out
I don't have a degree
last week.
in formal university, but I do have a degree in Disney. So, I think what differs with Let It Go
Is that a did
is it a dig?
did
Did?
degree in Disney?
Oh,
Degree.
Sorry.
I was thinking about formal education without us wearing bow ties to our classes.
No, my
Formal education.
my education's the kind where you just wear shorts. Anywho, what I think differs, and I can even speak on this because I do it, is that what you won't see kids doing with We Don't Talk About Bruno, what you won't see kids doing with Under the Sea, is that the kids do the choreography for Let It Go.
That too.
Is that they will
Hand
do
up,
this,
yeah.
they will do the step where she like steps on the ice, they will do the cake, they will do the hair, they will
On the level of passion too.
I mean, I would say this. I used to do that with the Genie songs, but
oh yeah. But
you know,
we were our own little niche.
yeah.
I
Friend
was like,
me.
we're not the normal.
We're not normal.
There was not a room full of children at Disneyland in the animation building doing all of that.
Mouster's degree.
I like that. All right, if you do have questions, throw them in the chat. We'll stick around for a minute or two longer. This has been a long episode. Sorry for those of you that work tomorrow morning.
I don't anymore.
Including you, Clocky.
yeah, that's right. I do have to work tomorrow.
It's like, that thing.
It's fine.
It'll be great. Yeah. But tell us about your most recent podcast episode, Clocky.
And then in the chat, tell us what your favorite Disney song was right now.
Also in the chat, Bailey, tell me what the longest Geeks Corner has been, so we can know if we're hitting that record.
Not counting specials.
Not counting specials.
Mhm.
Most latest because I went to Tiki Land Day. I did one on the old Tahitian Terrace, which was a lot of fun. This week coming up has a disclaimer because I talk. Oh, yeah. Well, because whenever I use a postcard that has, I used one recently with the jungle natives because the timing of the actual postcard was really good. So I was like, well, I have to use this postcard because of when it came out for my episode and what I'm going to talk about. I've got to use this postcard. The same thing happened this week when I was looking for something to talk about the La Petite Patisserie in New Orleans Square, and I had the postcards I have for it, and in fact I was doing a photo of it today because that was next to the entrance to Cafe Orleans, and that postcard has Brer Bear and Brer Fox.
Really?
So they were all. It's weird how much they
I would
were
not
around.
put them in.
It really
in
is.
New Orleans Square.
No,
that's where they were.
They were.
And like we looked at the photo of me the other day of me and Brer Rabbit in Tomorrowland. Which
that makes sense.
That tracks.
That totally makes sense. The future, anything can happen.
But so my next episode I talk about that, and then I also talk about a map that's interesting. Fun with Maps with Clocky and Welcome to Fun with Maps with Clocky and Daps. Is the 1989
and Katie
and sometimes
is here.
So Katie's here too. The map for 89, right? They've had maps when Hercules the parade came out, right? It was on the cover. When something happens right now, yeah, sure, they're on the cover. The 40th anniversary, yeah, they had Indiana Jones on the cover. This had either Brer Fox and Brer Bear or Brer Rabbit on almost every single page of the map.
That makes sense.
And that's when they had
when Splash was coming out.
Right.
Though, right? Yeah, that makes
But they were everywhere. Every single page has
So then
them.
the question becomes: is next year when Tiana's Bayou Adventure opens, is every page?
Well, the hard part is now maps aren't nearly the guidebooks that they used to be. But I mean, do we see more Tiana in even on the digital map?
I'm gonna guess so.
Do we get a hidden character like Groot on the tower?
Yes.
Do we get like
There's also
the
a hidden
Firefly?
I'm gonna
stormtrooper
guess.
somewhere.
I'm gonna guess so.
Probably.
I don't know. All right, we are
Someone said their
running out
favorite
of
song.
time for tonight. So Clocky first. Where can people find you?
People can find me at Sent from Disneyland on most to all platforms except for X, where it's Sent from Disney because they have to shorten everything,
True.
Sure.
or at sentfromdisneyland.com.
All right, and Katie, what should people do?
You can find me at KatieBear13, literally everywhere. If you don't know how to spell Katie, just throw numbers and letters at something, and my name will
Mhm.
stick eventually. You can also go to dapsmagic.com, check out all the Disney and Geek news as it happens. Subscribe to our mailing list. And for a special treat, go find our Patreon where you can find out about Geeks Corner Bingo and how we don't know anything.
It's very true.
About that, you know things, you just don't know about that.
We're just not going to know how this works.
It'd be so much fun.
That'll be fine. Also, make sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel. We are getting close to 80,000 subscribers. So help us get there. We'd love to get there as quickly as possible. Bless you. And then the
Keep
next
yourself-
stop being 100,000 as
scared.
well. But that is all the time we have for you this week. We will see you around the corner.
Somebody pass.